What do you envy about the opposite sex? Peeing on the side of the road in the forest without crouching and trying to avoid your pants shoes. Edit. Okay, I appreciate things like the shoey exist and may consider getting one if I take up more hiking in the future. However, I'd still rather just be able to whip my parts out and do it without equipment. Not having to deal with the monthly bloodbath and all the good things that come with it. I'd love to experience like a year of just no pain, no cramping, no bloating. No. Well, you get the idea. I have cysts and endo too. So it's extra fun even before and after my period. It really just is never ending. I seriously envy her orgasm. Yeah, I felt so f***ing happy when I read that our orgasms are a lot better than men's. I mean, I'm not saying I'm happy you don't get to experience it. I'm just happy it's as amazing as it is. Being able to play silly games with babies or young children without people automatically assuming you're up to something nefarious. I was in line at the grocery with my wife a few months ago when she was huge from pregnancy, and I waved at a little boy ahead of us in the self-checkout line because he had been laughing and such. His mother turned around and said, "Don't touch him." Despite the fact we were 15 feet away. What a cunt. They have functional pockets. I had a girl stay over and next morning went down to make tea. Came up with a mug in each hand and my phone started to ring. She stares at me, in just my J. Bottoms, in total confusion. "Where's your phone?" "Here," I say as I put down a mug and take out the phone. She was incensed. "Even your pajamas come with real pockets." Double quote. They can be nice to kids without instantly being seen as some sort of child predator. This right here is a real thing. I know someone who's a kindergarten teacher and she said it's almost impossible for a man to get into that field, and when they do they're told to never hug a child under any circumstance. But nobody bats an eyelid when a female teacher does it. Sad TBH. They get to wear little miniskirts. But the second my balls are dangling in the wind, people lose their shit. I lost 40 pounds and my boobs are gone. Open bracket. I'm sorry for your loss, bro, but remember, once a part of man boobies gang, always a part of man boobies gang. Just the homies wouldn't want to touch your boobs, but you can get over it. Stay strong. Receiving compliments from both genders when post a picture. If I post a selfie on Facebook, I'm gonna get 50 likes from the bros but 0 comments. I made a post and the only comment it got was one of my friends saying "you." No other context. They'll never know the pain of going to sit on a bike seat on a particularly warm day and pinching your balls. As a kid you would be in a hurry to get to Billy's house and you would hop on the seat and smash your balls with the force of Gallagher's hammer. Last time I matched with someone on Tinder was in April. They unmatched me in an hour before I even saw the notification. That's way too relatable. And then when you point it out, all you get is women telling you how annoying it is, and you're just like, wouldn't be so easy to say if you were over here. Fashion. When I go shopping with my GF, I always see 10 things I'd wear as a girl to 1 thing I wear as a guy. I'm jealous of casual formal wear. A girl could wear a dress to any occasion you could imagine. But you can't with men's formal wear. I'd look like an absolute idiot if I showed up to the pool in a sunsuit. Plus you can buy a gorgeous dress for like $5 if you catch a good deal. I think there is more variety to women's wear, and I hate that the men's section in every store is at most half the size of the women's and usually more like 1/4. I've stopped caring about shoes and wear women's sneakers sometimes. Edit. Some people seem to misunderstand what I mean by this. I'm not jealous of anything in particular. I'm jealous of the options in general. There's not a whole lot of selection in the men's section of stores. I don't want to wear a dress, although thanks for all of the support saying that I should wear a dress if I want, haha, and I'm also happy with what I can wear. I'm happy with my deep pockets and my properly measured pants. I just want to walk into a store and have the whole store be for me for once. Also thanks for the suggestions as to how to spice up my wardrobe. I know both sexes can do this, but getting a whole bunch of your friends and sit while people are getting the dead skin off your hands and feet, cleaning and fixing your nails, My wife dragged me once and I really liked it. But none of my guy friends want to do it. I thought it'll be something cooler than our usual sit at a bar drink beer thing. Make it a thing with your wife. I used to go all the time with my ex and it was a cool, special thing we did together. As a girl who goes to the gym, I envy how naturally strong men are and how it's easier for them to build muscle. I know it's different for everyone. But in general, I wish I could lift as heavy. And I know I could do it, but I'd need to train harder longer. I never really comprehended the difference in natural strength until my fiancée needed help loading some gardening soil into the cart. It was a 40-pound bag and she was struggling to lift it with both arms. She was able to pick it up, but was struggling. I was able to grab it with one hand with ease. Not super impressive, but still. Close bracket. Multiple orgasms. Some of us can't. Unfortunately. For me it's way too sensitive after, and by the time it's not, I'm no longer interested. Their ability to express their mental issues without the same level of skepticism. It's sad that I can't tell which gender you are talking about. Women. Don't get taken seriously by medical professionals. Oh, they are always so emotional, hysterical. Men are looked down upon for expressing emotions, being vulnerable. Hopefully Gen Z gets this shit figured out. Men generally don't have to feel obligated to attend baby and bridal showers. I envy that. As a man, I don't feel even welcome to those events. I'm not complaining though. Not having a DCK that is randomly turn on at any given moment of the day. As an older dude, let me warn you. Careful what you wish for. Men get actually functional jumpers that have sensible necklines and can put a t-shirt underneath. And shirts that actually cover their lower back when they sit down. Women can smile at kids playing at the park without being considered a pedophile. Edit 1. And on that same note, when women take care of their kids, it's parenting. But if the dad is spending time with them, it's babysitting. Women always say, wow, you're a really good dad. I'm sure your wife is proud to guys that are just walking through the store while holding their kid's hand to make sure that they don't run off. Like, that's just parenting. Don't patronize us. If anything, you should be, silently, thanking men for breaking the stereotype that the mom is the only one that takes care of the kids. Edit 2. R.I.P. Inbox. Not having boobs and therefore not having to account for them in clothing choices. I mean, small breasts are fine, I guess. But once they have a certain size, you're screwed. Most fitted clothes are designed for people with smaller breasts and won't fit you properly. Clothes fit you everywhere except for your chest, and the ones that do fit your chest are too loose everywhere else. Hang down from your breasts and make you look twice as wide as you are. If you do find something that fits you, people will shame you and call you a SLT for showing off your breasts. Well, sorry. For wearing a shirt that's my actual size and is not even low cut or anything. Instead of hiding inside a sweater that is 3 sizes too big. Also, the astronomical cost of bras and the struggle of having breasts that are not perfectly firm and perky. Also, men can go topless. FK breasts. Not being asked if you are married, engaged, have kids, planning on having kids at a job interview. All illegal BTW. All questions I've been asked at every job interview. Paired with how involved is your partner in your children's lives and how reliable are you if something happens to them. I'd love to go on a walk alone at night and just enjoy the night air. It'd be nice to walk down the street at night and not have people cross the street or run away from me. Feels bad to think that just my presence was enough to repel people. But if I had the choice, I guess I'd take feeling sad guilty over feeling unsafe. Male joggers at night seem to outnumber female joggers 3-1. I just spent the last 10 minutes on Tinder. So, how easy it is to find a partner. Or at least the abundance of options. To be a 6/10 male on Tinder is a self-confidence stress test that should be considered a war crime in certain areas. To be a 6/10 female on Tinder is like attending a DCK buffet. But at least you've got choices. For the average guy, online dating is a fantastic way to destroy your self-esteem. Penises sound really great all around. Easy peeing. Easy masturbation. Helicopter dick. No swamp crotch. For real, the only problem you guys seem to have is balls. Though I hear they feel good during sex. Balls are itchy AF. I hate it because I have to wait to be alone too. Well, yeah, no lol. Helicopter is cool, but it really feels kinda annoying when you knacky and feel a stick flopping everywhere lol. Being taken more seriously and seen as competent at work. Worked as an engineer for many years, and having people regularly assume you don't know anything is soul crushing more than it is funny. I didn't spend 10 years studying this shit just so you could ignore me in meetings and direct all the attention to my colleague who doesn't know shit just because he is a man and I must be the secretary. Now work in another field where there is less of a gender disparity. But I'm still a bit sad that I wasted so much time on engineering. Being able to have custody of children. Not being looked at as pedophiles if you enjoy being around children. Being able to express issues without being told to man up. I said to my work colleagues a while ago, all women, that I'm unwilling to take my niece to a public place, zoo, shopping, etc. until she is old enough to go to the toilet by herself. They all thought it was weird till I brought it up with the one other bloke in the office and her said yay. Everyone will think he's a pedo. I'm jealous of girls because they get to wear dresses. Todd Flanders. The Simpsons. As a girl, I really wouldn't care if a guy wore a dress, but I can't say the same for everyone else. That they're not necessarily expected to have children. As a woman, people get shocked when I say I don't want kids. Apparently it's a part of the gift that comes with being a woman. Also, I have endometriosis and couldn't ever dream of being pain-free because of it. The best thing to come out of cancer treatments, aside from my life, is that if I'm asked when I'll have kids is that I get to make people feel real shitty for presuming by telling them I can't. Thank them for reminding me. Then turn away and softly begin to cry. That gets a good reaction is. Being able to compliment someone of the same sex about their appearance. I often see girls complimenting other girls on Instagram posts with things such as stunner, baby etc etc. With us guys you just don't get that often, and if a guy did it out of the blue it would seem very out of place. Also, guys complimenting girls about their appearance is often seen as simping when in actually most guys just want to say something nice. The same doesn't often apply to girls complimenting guys. At least from what I've seen. Feel free to correct me on that one. Dating just feels so much easier as a girl than as a guy. You almost always have choice. And the other person has to make the first move. I feel like just being a girl immediately grants you someone's interest. I'm so tired of having to chase girls, initiate conversations, pay for dinners etc. It's not that I don't wanna do all of this. But I just wish that it would happen the other way around as well sometimes. Never being obligated to make the first move. As a guy, I f***ing hate with a passion that it feels like we have to do all the work. Deal with the rejection. Plan everything out. Be expected to pay for everything. Or else we're the deadbeats broke worthless. FCK outta here with that trash. That sucks. As a woman, I've never approached dating like that. It seems unfair and antiquated. If I have feelings for someone, I let them know. I always split costs or we trade off. I do expect to see my efforts matched. Though, I don't want to be doing all the emotional work and getting apathy in return. I guess it's a norm. But it just feels like women are generally taught by society to be more social and likable. So many of the guys I know are just f***ing irritating and have shitty traits that quickly make their good traits seem insignificant. With women, those negative traits don't stick out as much. I guess this also leads to how much I envy certain girls for putting up with some guys' bullshit. Nothing. Pregnancy. Worrying about our pay and being chased after by lonely men sounds like hell. I'm glad that as a man I can just mind my own business and be ignored by most people in my daily life. I'm a man, but when I was about 16 or 17 I was being followed home by the same man who seemed to be on drugs. Fortunately I was able to shake him, and also fortunately I'll never find out what he was going to do to me. After the first time I told my mum and was ignored. After the second time I refused to walk to and from school. I guarantee that if I was one of her daughters she would have taken it seriously. That they rarely, if ever, get called pet names like sweetheart and darling by strange men. Or told they'd be prettier if they smiled. You've obviously never been to the South. I get called darling by every woman I meet that's over 30. They can get shitloads of money for posting pics of themselves. I think you misread the question. We aren't just talking about attractive members of the opposite sex here. Sincerely. An ugly girl. Just sheer strength. Opening a jar? Easy. Lifting this heavy misplaced thing? Wham. Bam. Done. Oh. Gotta dig a hole? Lem just use my bare hands because I gotta put all this testosterone to use. All the characters they can cosplay. Not having to deal with being called a SLT for wearing something tight-fitting. Wearing makeup. Going out. Dating, etc. To be fair, wearing makeup and tight-fitting clothing can get equally negative reactions if you're a dude. If not worse. Not having to deal with their depression and anxiety worsening due to birth control. And not having to be the one afraid of getting pregnant. Also, people respect the opposite sex more. I got hit by puberty hard and early. I looked like a grown woman by the time I was 13 except for my baba face. People would needlessly sexualize me because low-cut tops were popular at the time, so if I wore a v-neck I got stares because there was no hiding what I got. I had guys throw food down my shirts. Ask me my bra size. Etc. They were torn between being turned on because I have as much as I do. And being repulsed because I am and have always been plus sized, and nobody is gonna be admitting to liking plus size girls in middle and high school. But the worst was grown men around my father's age would look me up and down in public places and I knew what they were thinking. I can only hope that they had no idea I was a minor when they gave me the looks they did. I envy that usually guys don't have to worry about being sexualized until they are older. Dresses. Goddamn, I wish I wasn't a 6-foot bear with a giant beard sometimes. I know technically I can still wear them, but I just don't want the awkward looks if it's not Halloween or something. Being taken seriously instead of being told I'm just being emotional. Then again, I'm at least allowed to feel emotions. Even if people disregard any points I have if I'm emotional at the time. That women get attention just for existing. While men have to earn it by jumping through all these hoops. And like, I get that women get more attention than they want. But it's pretty telling when the largest issue trans men have when they start to pass is dealing with the sudden absolute disconnect from the rest of society because now they're viewed as a man. Not having to worry about your privates touching the inside of the toilet when sitting down. The witch's kiss. Afterwards you feel like you just contracted herpes gonorrhea AIDS.